I got this Canon 10 to 18mm 5 months ago in December of last year. And in this video I want to give my in-depth impressions and review of this lens and why I think it might possibly be the ultimate YouTuber vlogging lens. To get an idea of where I'm coming from with this review, you have to understand the other lenses I have in my collection. 75 to 300mm from Canon. I use this 18 to 55mm from Canon, and I use the 10 to 18mm from Canon. This 10 to 18mm, it's become my main primary vlogging lens. Beforehand, I used to use the 18 to 55mm. It's a brilliant lens. I love the functionality of it. This lens that I'm filming on at the moment is the 10 to 18mm lens, and it's been filming the majority of my content for the last 5 months. Now, when I was designing this new A-roll set, where everything would just be plug and play, I literally just have to turn on the camera, turn on the lights. I wanted a lens that could really do it all. Just slap on an ultra wide and do its thing. It is really, really light and portable. When I'm going out vlogging, I'll primarily take my 18 to 55 as my secondary lens. This is a 10 to 18mm focal length, so it is primarily an ultra wide lens. However, autofocus is incredible on this lens. Even at 14mm, which I'm at the moment, you can pretty much see it keeps up really well. Like if I bring my hand up and wait a second, it'll focus on my hand. Now, how this lens works in low light situations is not great. However, it can do it. For example, vlogging, when you're at a 10mm focal length right here, you can see a lot around me. However, it also goes into 18mm. So you have a bit of wiggle room there. Now, if we compare this to the 18 to 55, which has an f3.5 to 5.6 aperture, this has an f4.5 to 5.6 aperture. So it can't go down as well in low light, it can't do as well at depth of field. However, it's pretty good if you wanted to do it. I've used this thing for B-roll, I've used it for A-roll, and it pretty much does it all. When there's YouTubers vlogging, what they want primarily is just to get everything in the shot. They don't want bokeh or anything like that. The primary focus of the vlog is to show you what's going on. It's a lot more personal because if you are going up to a person with a lens like this, it's a lot less personal. It feels like you're watching something. But, however, if you're out at 14mm or even 10mm, you can pretty much see like there's a lot more wiggle room that you can do with this lens. And that's the beauty of the 10 to 18mm lens. I mean, to be honest, it's a thread size of 67mm. So if you wanted ND filters for this lens, you're gonna have to get different ND filters than you would normally with your 75 to 300 or your 18 to 55. That isn't an issue. However, ND filters might be a tiny issue because of this ultra wide lens. The glass sort of dome, there's a dome shape with the lens, so it does have an effect with the ND filters. It's an EF mount, so it's not an RF mount. However, I think it's pretty handy. And if you want some focal lengths shots, or if you want a bit of wiggle room, this lens has that. Now, if you want to see what this lens can do, all my content pretty much on this channel has been shot with this lens. Any vlogs I've shot, unless I've specified that I was shooting with the 18 to 55mm kit lens, I've been shooting on this. It does brilliantly when you go to color grade it. Obviously, the lighting isn't as good as it could be because the less lower aperture, but I think it's pretty good either way. It's a really easy lens to use. It's image stabilized, so it's really handy for vlogging. I don't even need to bring a Joe Big Gorilla Pod or anything like that. I can just hold out the lens and it does its thing. It matches really well with my Canon EOS 700D, and I highly recommend this lens. I picked it up for €90. You can pick it up anywhere from €90 all the way up to 200. And that's the review. If you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below, or join the Discord, as always linked in the video description. My name is Connor, and I'll catch you next one.